Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 26th to March 3rd. This is for Leo and Leo rising, and we're going to jump right into it. Another big week. You know, we actually kick off the week on the 27th is when things start happening, all right? This is when Mars is going to square Jupiter, and I think that for y'all, remember, Mars is in Aquarius in your 7th house, and then Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. So there could be something here with partnerships with career, but it really is almost like there may be something that it's like you may want to start something new. There's this go big or go home energy, and you could feel really optimistic this day. Just have one foot on the ground with this square. Turn the square into a triangle. Okay, that's all it is. You know, have some compromise, and you're gonna be fine. But it really is a day where you could find yourself like there could be some kind of like big squeeze about something. I actually really like this aspect. I mean, I do because I love being challenged, and this isn't like super challenging, but it's coming after all those other squares that we had. So it's kind of like that domino effect. But even still, we have the best weekend of February. So this, just keep an eye out on this day. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up that aspect is because it's happening and spilling over into the biggest day of the week, one of the biggest days of the month, Wednesday, February 28th, when we have the Saturn Cazimi and the Mercury Cazimi, and Saturn conjuncting Mercury. There's a lot happening this day. Okay, so this is a big day, and this is an aspect I could talk about for hours, but I'm gonna simplify it. Okay, the best way to see Wednesday is a reset button. Okay, this is your big reset button. All right, there is some things building up where it's like, okay, things are getting a little and I'm just gonna have to do a reset and maybe see things in a different way, look at things in a different way. That's what this day is, okay? And the reason why is because first, the Mercury Cazimi. Mercury is a planet of communication, logic, thinking, all of that. So this is a day where you could start seeing things in a new way, okay? There could be, and remember, we had that Mercury-Uranus square, and so that was also like kind of like forcing you to look at things in a different way, maybe even communicating in a different way. But there is a sense of just this really big moment where you may have a very transformative way in the way that you see things or think about things. Because remember, both Mercury and Saturn and the Sun, actually all of them, are in Pisces in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation. Now, there is this level of depth with the 8th house, okay, because it is ruled by Pluto, right? So and Pluto is, we're talking about the underworld here, so it's like really going deep, really going down to like solving mysteries even. So there is this level of depth that where this aspect is going to happen for you. And Leo, this is, out of all the signs, this day is likely going to affect you. You're up there, okay? Let's just say that you're up there. But I don't want you to think of it as a bad day. It's just a day where you may have like some amazing ideas, especially if you've hit a wall in terms of something. Like this is that like refresh, okay? Now, the Saturn Cazimi. You get one shot. This happens once a year. Okay. So this is that time. Saturn is a planet of, I've talked about this. This is why I was talking about it a lot last week. Saturn is all about limitations and, restrictions. And even, I say it's a planet of hard knocks and responsibility. So this is a major moment where you could be like working really hard toward your goals. And you could just feel this burst of like, I'm not only climbing the mountain, I'm like flying up the mountain now. Okay. So use this day to your advantage because Saturn can be a little burdensome. So it could be a challenging day where you're just like, but it's that moment where you're like, okay, you press the reset, you got the app that's like reset button. Okay. Reset button in terms of my transformation. Today's the day I'm going to press it. All right. And then everything is this, you have a new way of seeing things. Things start happening for you. You feel all this confidence. You really strive for this like sense of accomplishment in your life as well. I mean, this is like a really, really big day where you could actually look at like the structures of your life and see the changes that you need to make. Okay. Really, honestly, it's really like just getting really serious about the way that you see things, think about things, and knowing that some things might have to change. And, there may be some things that are going to start afresh now for you. Okay. Just think about, the analogy I've been making is just think about you're building a time machine. Okay. And you're not going to get it right on the first time. And so you've been building this for about a year now. It's like, okay, but this is a day where you get the wires right. And there you go, boom, you're in your time machine. You go to the future. You see yourself sitting there in your throne with, your lions around you and, sitting on, there's the sky is made of gold, right? Like this is the future that you want for yourself and everything's great. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm glad that I built this time machine and I took the time to build this time machine because now I know I got nothing to worry about. I'm going to be great. So use this day to your advantage. Again, it only happens once a year. And again, it can be a little bit like, especially because it's in your 8th house. All right. This is pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Now, other thing that the 8th house rules is shared resources. So there could be something here money-wise or something involving other people. Inheritance is a big thing. Investments are a big thing around this time, okay? As well as, bonuses, commissions, paying off debts, maybe, even karmic debts. There is a sense of even joint bank accounts could be a thing around this time. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You've got this. You've got this. But you've got to pivot too. There may be something where it's like, I got to pivot and just look at things in a new way. And all these Kazimi, by the way, it's just like they're in the heart of the sun, these planets. So the alignment is just like you can't even. Okay. Now they're super aligned. Now on the 29th, now we're moving into the best weekend of February. On the 29th, Mercury will sextile Jupiter. This is absolutely amazing. Now, if you remember, Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. Okay. Public recognition, honors, achievement, social status, fame. All right. Some of y'all could get you could be the next J-Lo here. Okay. Now, fellow Leo, by the way. But here's the thing. This is Mercury sextile Jupiter. Mercury, remember, is all about communication. So this is a day where you need to sign. If you're presented any contract, sign. If you're negotiating, this is the day. Job interview, this is the day. You got so much luck around this day. You got Jupiter here on your side, all right? So keep that in mind. If you have to have an important conversation, if you have to negotiate something, this is the day. Now, why is this such a great weekend for y'all? It's particularly Leos is because on Friday, now we're into March 1st, okay? Now we're into March 1st. The sun sextiles Jupiter. Now, the sextiles here are very harmonious, all right? So these are really, it's like chef's kiss. So you've got Mercury and the sun sextiling Jupiter in your 10th house. So this is come on. This is very optimistic. Okay. This is very optimistic. This is all about good luck. A lot of luck here. We're talking about Jupiter, good fortune. This is just a very special weekend. Do not sleep through it. Okay. I do not want you binge watching that cake reality show, whatever it is. What you do, you Leo, but I just don't do that weekend. All right. Do things this weekend where, you bring all this luck into your life. Now, the other thing is the moon will be in Sagittarius over the weekend. Sagittarius rules your 5th house of pleasure, of love, of romance, of recreation. Okay. Procreation. I mean, they're just family, children. I mean, it's such a great weekend for y'all, Leos. Such a great weekend. So with that said, let's get started. Really big week here. Really big week for y'all Leos. See what's going on for you. February 26th to the, where are we? March 3rd. Yeah. And if you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements, if you know your birth chart, you're absolutely welcome to, Leo. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on for you. February 26th to March 3rd. Leo, y'all. Oh my goodness. I don't think I took a breath that entire time. Leo, if I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Leo, you know I love you. Thanks so much for being here. You are, wow, yeah. How is this even, who are you? How is this even happening? This blows my mind. Well, you did it again. Okay. Well, you did it again. You got your card, strength, in the heart of your spread. Again. again. All right. If you saw your last week's reading, this is a big deal. It's always a big sign when that happens. It's one thing when you have multiple cards from your last week's reading show up again. It's like really telling you something, right? But the fact that you have the same card, your card in the heart of your spread 2 weeks in a row now, that's a big sign. Now let's get started. You're good. Let's do it. You got the Two of Swords. Okay. You got the Two of Swords. And, I'm not surprised because there is possibly, again, with this Saturn Kazemi, which is really strong, there's something that you're going to have to something's got to give. Something's got to give. And you've got to really think about it now. You really have to trust your intuition. I really want you to take that time to really trust your intuition. And I want you to, be very communicative this week, but I also want you to spend that time thinking about the things that you're going to say. Mercury is very active this week. So just keep that in mind. Now, the Two of Swords, hey, swords are the mental suit, right? So it's really about you kind of just taking that time to just be alone. Take some time to really process some things, even your emotions, especially with, this Kazemi that's in your 8th house. Very powerful, okay? Very powerful, transformative, but really trust your intuition. I mean, you do see the sliver of the moon here that's saying go within, all right? To the point where you're comfortable taking off that blindfold, all right? But there may be something that has to change, okay? And you know it, but you haven't really had time to think about it. Now is the time. And now you also got strength in the heart of your spread. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. I want you, first of all, did you see your spread? You see down your cross, it's all major arcanas. When I say this is going to be a big week for you, this is going to be a very big week for you. But with the strength in the heart of your spread, again, just know it's just that inner courage, that inner strength, resisting things that you shouldn't be doing, having that time to think about those things. Again, it's almost like the message for you is like something's got to give. I'm going to find that inner courage to have this transformation, because it might be a little hard, all right? Because you did get the death card, but in your challenge area. And so there may be some of y'all that may not be interested in having this transformation or resisting it, but don't resist it. Remember, the death card is one of the best cards in the deck, and it is all about transformation. It's all about change. Life is change. I say it all the time. Change is the only constant in this world. Thank you, Heraclitus, Greek philosopher, who said that way back in the day. But even still, this is, really saying that there is a part of you that does have to change. And this is a week where you may recognize that, or may want to recognize that. And it doesn't have to be you. It can also be like a circumstance that you're in or something. But even still, it is going to help build that confidence and let you be that Leo, let you roar, right? With even see the lion here. And so in order to have that courage, that inner strength, like I said last week, just where do you find that source of strength? What makes you feel empowered? Tap into that energy this week and you're going to soar. Okay. You're going to soar. You're going to just, like I said, you're going to fly up that mountain. You're going to fly at the top of the mountain. You even see the mountain here. Okay. So you've got it. And it's also, a lot of this is about your mindset, especially coming after the Two of Swords. Do you see this mountain as a challenge, or do you see it as something like, holy cow, I'm going to conquer that mountain. I'm excited to go up that mountain. I'm excited to, do you know what I mean? Like, that's all about your mindset. So really, really great. I mean, it is like all those like possibilities and opportunities are right there and you can taste it. But remember, be willing to have that transformation. Okay. Now you got the Empress in your crown. Hello. Very nice. I'm really underplaying that. That's actually like just amazing. The Empress is a goddess, and she is, you see that she rules Venus. Do you see the symbol of Venus in her throne in the stone-shaped heart? So we're talking about Venus at play here as well. So it looks like there is, remember, you have the moon in Sagittarius this weekend for y'all. Then your 5th house of love and romance. You got Pluto, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius. In your 7th house of partnerships. So there could be something with partnerships here that we're feeling like a lot of wealth in that area, a lot of abundance in that area. But even if it's not partnerships, whether work, whether love, romance, whether just BFF, whatever it is, there is a sense of like there's just this abundance that you're seeking, and just even like like it's a sense of freedom too that I'm feeling. It's almost like, you know, and will you promise me that you'll like touch a tree? There's a lot of like nature, like she's really, you know, it's Mother Earth, Mother Universe, Mother everything here. So even like a maternal side to her, but there is something here where it is just saying like, be in touch with like Earth. Be in touch with Earth. Be one with the Earth. Touch a tree. Touch a tree. That it does make a big difference. It does. I promise you. Try it. Now, Temperance. Absolutely amazing in the Riddier spread. This is really amazing because Temperance is Sagittarius. And like I said, we have the moon in Sagittarius this weekend. It's all about Sagittarius rules your fifth house of love and pleasure and romance. So really, really, really nice. There is a sense of like whatever the things are that bring you pleasure, really think about that this week and having that transformation in terms of like you being able to like vibrate at like a higher frequency where you attract all those things that do bring you pleasure as well, because it's all about balance here. But there is a sense of also really, really trusting in yourself, having faith in yourself, knowing again that intuition energy, being in touch with your intuition. You see it here too with the Temperance card. You see the sun on the, you know, the archangel's forehead, right on the pineal gland. Okay, so like your third eye, your sixth sense, really like tapping into that energy, knowing that the things that you want, you're gonna get. They're gonna happen. Just it's a time to just trust that everything is gonna happen for you. You got an archangel protecting you. And speaking of mountain, you see another mountain here as well. Okay, with the sun in a shape of a crown. I mean, you're gonna get there. But just don't like try to force anything. It's really just, you know, having that self-restraint. That's what Temperance literally means. Now, you got the Eight of Pentacles in your future. Very nice. Very nice. Money, 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 money. Eight of Pentacles, reason why, and it's almost like doubling down. Sorry, I lost a seat to my chair. The reason why this is kind of a pretty big deal here is because the Eight of Pentacles is attributed to Sun in Virgo. As we know, that is your second house of money, of salary, of income, finances. And now you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, even without that Virgo, you know, part of it, money and wealth. I mean, this is you working toward that finish line, your legacy, the things that you want for yourself. And there is a huge attachment to, you know, money here. And so it really is a sense of you just ascending, which is very nice here. And confidence is a big thing as well. Especially remember, you know, if you look across your cross though, it is kind of like saying like, go within, find that confidence this week that is going to, you know, your confidence is going to bring more confidence and you're going to feel in the zone. Like, you know, you're Leos, right? So with the Eight of Pentacles, the reason I bring that up is because the second house is also self-worth and self-value, the value you bring to things and, you know, even your physical reality. But it is that like confidence, okay? Knowing that you're confident in working toward your goals, your legacy, the things that you want, flying up that mountain, okay? Flying up that mountain to, I mean, you're a lion. You can get that. You'll get up there really fast. You'll get up there really fast, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. Another thing I'm going to point out with the Eight of Pentacles is that, you know, every detail in tarot is really important. And one thing that's just kind of like, really like showing up here is the stool that he's sitting on, the wooden stool. Wooden stools in tarot just means like temporary. So this is very temporary. You're going to get there to the things that you want. All right. So really great. And for a lot of y'all, it will be money and wealth. Okay. So let's get to your stuff. But this is a very like deeply like transformative week for you, but also like in terms of finding that like empowerment, like feeling self-empowered. Leo, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on. And y'all know I love y'all. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what's happening here. Well, you're good. And you see what happened. Okay. Do you see what happened? Okay. I'll point it out to you later if you haven't seen it yet. But so you got the Lovers. Okay. So this is a pretty big deal, that you did get the Lovers. I love that you got the Lovers. You know, this is just saying there is a sense of like, there is a sense of you wanting to, the biggest message coming is more about that self-love and that confidence. But if you're here for it, partnerships and relationships, again, showing up here. Okay. And so you have this choice. It seems like you may make a decision this week. You see Archangel Raphael. He's the one that's like gifting the love. We'll call them Adam and Eve. Okay. Gifting the love to Adam and Eve. It's up to them to decide what to do with it. And so that may be a big thing that you may be thinking about this week. Okay. In terms of partnerships, it could be self-love too. We're talking about Trinity here. If you look at them and you see the mountain, by the way, there's a lot happening in this card, but you see that he is looking at her, right? She's looking at the archangel. And so when you really do a deep dive into what this card means, this is conscious, subconscious, super conscious. This is Trinity at play. This is you. Okay. You. This is you. And, in order to make decisions, you have to have that confidence and you have to know what you want. You have to feel empowered. So, but there is definitely, this really nice purity that I'm feeling. This is really great. Again, like you're good. You're really good. It may be a partnership or a relationship that you're working on, but again, can be you spiritually, you in terms of self-love and finding that confidence. But it just seems like you're going to be fine. Just be part of this transformation. That is part of your journey, especially death in your challenge area. Now you have the Emperor. I mean, hello. Who are you? Again, you are all the mountains in the background. I mean, like I can't even, like, this is such a big spread for you. But the biggest thing that's coming through is that there is someone that is very powerful in your life that is quite likely going to help you now. All right. Pay attention to the weekend. Okay. And then remember, these are just, when I say the sun is going to sextile Friday on March 1st, that's just, the peak of it. So you'll still feel it possibly like, a little bit early, a little bit, days later. But even still, it does seem like there is someone who is very confident that may help you on your journey in terms of you getting toward what you want. Someone who really inspires you now. Okay. There could also be someone that is part of your life that is part of this decision. All right. With the Lovers here, and something that where you realize that with this person being in your life, like there is a sense of you that has to transform for this person, or y'all need to transform together in some sense. And again, it can be career, it can be love, it can be romance, whatever resonates with you. Every Leo is different here. Okay. Every Leo is going to take away a different message, but there is a sense of, again, empowerment. All right. There is, you do see that you got the Empress and the Emperor, by the way. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Listen, okay, let me just keep going because let me just get to the end and then we'll go back. But you did get the 10 of Wands. This is really great. Okay. This is really great because there is a sense of like, yeah, I recognize there is something that does have to come to an end, and I am going to, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen for me, and it's going to be the most amazing thing. 10 of Wands, where it falls in your spread, it's really just saying that there is something like, you could just have been going through a lot. You could have been going through a lot, and you could have felt that stress and that burden and whatnot. We're talking about Saturn, right? This week, Saturn really being at play here. And then the Wands, this card is Sagittarius too. And so it is in your 5th house, that things that bring you pleasure. Like, are you having fun? Are you having fun? If you're not having fun, have you recognized it? If you haven't recognized it, can you recognize it now? Can you drop a wand or two so you can actually see clearly, right? Remember, with the Saturn Kazemi, Mercury Kazemi, that's going to help. Drop a wand or two, because you can even see he's carrying so many wands, he can't even see where he's going. So there is a sense of like this week where you may identify that thing. Like, what is that wall? What is that wall? 10 is the end. 1 0 equals 1, new beginning. So there's this sense of something coming to an end, but you have to recognize it. All right. You have to recognize what it is. And then lastly, once you do, you have the Page of Wands right after the 10 of Wands. Come on. Not only did you get the Page of Wands in your final outcome, indicating like something new, something fresh, something exciting, something that you're compelled by? So it could be a new job, could be a new passion project, new ideas that you have that you're really excited about. But the other thing is, You got the Page of Wands in your final outcome last week as well. You remember that, Leo? Do you remember that? So you got the Page of Wands in your final outcome, and you also got the Strength card in the Heart of your spread. And you did get the Emperor too. That's my serious face. No, seriously, Leo, this is huge. This is really big. It's almost like you're turning into the person that you want to be, okay? You just have to allow that change, that transformation. You have to want it, all right? It's especially with the Death card in your challenge area. Now with the Emperor here, it's almost like there is this progression, right? When you look across so it's like you have to go within, find that inner courage, that strength that makes you the Leo that you are, and then work hard toward that's going to help you move toward your destiny, the things that you want, to this place where you just feel so empowered. Okay. Again, it can be someone else. It can be someone else that, the Emperor is Aries, by the way. So it can be someone else, even like a spirit guide, the North Node, which is like your destiny, your true calling, did move into Aries in your 9th house of spirituality, but there could be just this big force. Let's just call it a force that really inspires you or really helps you along your journey this week. But again, it can just be you moving into this place of like huge empowerment and also mastery of self. This card is all about mastery of self. In fact, this is authority, right? And if you trace the word back, authority, down to its like etymological root, we're going way back to Latin, autorite, author. So this is being the author of your own story. This is having that power to do that. Okay. And so you're good. You're absolutely good. You just really need to be willing to accept this transformation. But oh my goodness, you and your major arcana is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be a big week for you. It's going to be a really, 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 really big week for you. Okay. It looks like for some of y'all, one of the big things that you are working toward is this synergy in partnerships and relationships as well. But you're good. You're absolutely good. Just be willing to have this transformation. With that said, Leo, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, talk to me, tell me what's going on. If next week we do March. All right. So we're already in March. How crazy is that? And March is, we'll talk about it next week. Okay. But March is definitely a very different month from February. It's not. February was intense. And I know you felt it. You must have felt it with all those conjunctions. February was intense. March is just like nice. I like March. But yeah, I mean, you're really great, and oh gosh, you're just really good. Just it's that biggest thing is that is coming through is like, be willing to have this transformation, and that's just going to make you like so in your element. Okay. Anyway, Leo, I know I'm talking way too much. Okay. So thanks so much, Leo. I will see you next week. All right. Bye.